Okay. All right. Young West with the fiver. Don, could you please explain the rapture, pre-trib and post-trib? Okay. Yes. So the pre-tribulation rapture model says that Jesus is going to come and is coming at some point. We don't know when. It could happen any day, any moment, anytime, right? It could happen right now. Jesus is going to come but he's only going to come and stop in the sky. And then all of the Christians, all the believers will be caught up into the air with him. First, the dead shall rise. So that people are going to notice. The dead shall rise first, be caught up into the air, then we shall follow. And then Jesus will take us up into heaven. And this will mark the beginning of the tribulation. 7 years of tribulation, where the world, the people who are left on the earth are going to suffer immense persecution and trials and tribulations and problems and sufferings at the hand of the Antichrist. Right? And then Jesus is going to come back. I think, depending on who you ask, some people believe we're going to come back with him, and then, slaughter all the people who took the mark of the beast, and that will begin the millennial reign. That's more or less it. The big thing is Jesus comes, he retrieves the church before the tribulation starts. Post-trib, pre-wrath, says that the church, Christians, that no such thing is happening. Jesus is only coming back once, and when he comes back is when the rapture occurs. Now, Jesus, in the pre-trib model, if you notice, Jesus comes back twice, right? He comes back once to retrieve the church, and then he comes back again to destroy the enemies. In the post-trib model, Jesus only comes back once, like the Bible says, and it's at that point he retrieves the church before pouring out the wrath of God. See, the tribulation is not the wrath of God. The tribulation is the workings of the devil. It's the workings of the Antichrist. The wrath of God comes with Jesus. That's the post-tribulation model, at least. That's what I believe. So essentially, if Jesus is coming back during your lifetime, that means you will experience a period of time that is worse than any period of time that has ever been on the earth. Yeah. No such thing called the rapture, my brother. Please hearken unto me that's not what it's called. There is a Bible term for it. Well, they get the word rapture from rapturo, I believe, which means to be caught up. So the term rapture isn't in the Bible, but if you're a Trinitarian, I suppose you have no problem with the word Trinity not being in the Bible. If you're, what I'm saying, neither is the word Unitarian for that matter. It's not in the Bible. There are a lot of words that aren't in the Bible, but, so just because the word itself is not in the Bible doesn't really mean anything. God is literally the person who launches every event of the tribulation, bro. I mean, God is the cause of all things. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're talking about the releasing of the seals. Yeah, sure. But it's not God that is, if you're talking about the releasing of the seals, God doesn't send the Antichrist. You would admit that, right? So if you want to say, yeah, God is restraining, and with each breaking of the seal, he removes the restraining force, but I would be careful to say that God sends like the, like the Antichrist or anything like that. Yeah, the wrath of God is the seventh seal. It's the seventh trumpet. So that's what it is. Like, before, when Jesus comes back, he comes back at the seventh trumpet, the last trumpet. that is the wrath of God that we see. That's where God's wrath is poured upon the earth. Don, are you still post-trib? Most certainly. Most certainly post-trib. Pre-wrath, as some people... No, post-wrath. No, pre-wrath, as some people call it.